Are we already live? So let's check it out. I think we are already live, at least that's what I feel. Let's Google out chopping tech. Uh, uh, uh. Chopping tech is streaming or not? Why marketing plan? I think it's live. Yep, we are live. So, yes, we are live. So this video is all about how to, actually not how to, but why your company needs a perfect marketing plan. So like there are many companies that actually keep on doing stuff, marketing stuff, but there is no real plan. And you should be planning for your organization, your products every quarter or probably every year at least, so that you are aligned with the vision of your company and you get maximum marketing benefits out of your efforts that you are putting. So I will be using this marketing plan deck, and this is posted by Yovi Aka on SlideShare. So I've just linked that in the description. So let's start. So what exactly this is about? Foundations of marketing plan. Okay, so marketing plan is something that actually is aligned with your company's vision, and every company requires only two things from marketing department, that is leads, and secondly it requires reach. So leads are the potential customers of your company, of your products, and reach, of course, that is something, the eyeballs that you receive. That can be a TV ad, that can be a newsletter, or maybe a billboard that you see on roads. So that is the reach. You can't get direct sales from that, but that is just eyeballs that you are grabbing for your brand awareness. And leads is, potential leads can be the information about your potential clients, potential customers, any details about them, via which your sales team can reach out to them and convince them. And that's why you receive such calls from banks, policy insurance, and then real estate owners, so to convince you to buy their services, products. And that's how they come in contact with you, because their marketing team has worked hard to generate your contact information so that your sales team can reach out to you. And then the second thing that is required in marketing plan is that how you will be planning out the whole strategy, how the implementation will, and how exactly the things will work out. So we will just take a look in detail. So what is exactly is the purpose of marketing? So biggest purpose is to align with a business's vision as well as mission. So purpose can be anything, vision and mission can be anything, and companies work towards that. So a company can have various mission, like acquisition can be highest. Like some companies just want acquisition to grab multiple users at a very short span, or some companies want high impact. Some companies just focus on sales and profit, or sustainability, or some companies just want to help out a particular target group, and this is the highest proportion. That's the reason you might have seen the highest number of vision and mission aiming towards that. We want to help out XYZ target group. Probably we want to make life easier for Indians or something like that, and many companies use that because it looks better in front of people, users, and it's very diplomatic. But we all know that companies always strive for the most highest profitability and business, of course, that's very understood thing. So marketing plan needs to align with that, and that's the reason, that's the first and the most important reason why you need a marketing plan. Then second point here is about like what marketing strategies you will be using to increase the customer base. So everything will be included in that marketing strategies, we will see in the upcoming few minutes. Then 4 P's of marketing, again product, price, place and promotion. These are the basic 4 P's of marketing that we will be looking in detail in upcoming slides, so I will skip that over here. And to increase, like what is your plan to enter some new industry or enter some new market probably, or how you want to increase brand awareness for your company, so that can be a major point in a marketing plan. And last point is about pest analysis. It is also called as pestle analysis. What it stands for, it's an acronym for political, economical, social, technological, environmental, and L stands for laws. So we will again see that in detail in upcoming slides, but this is what the whole purpose of marketing plan lies with. So coming to the more details, so as I mentioned about 4 P's. Now how you, of course you need to discuss the whole plan with the product owner, or the whoever is taking the decisions or whoever is owning the business needs to discuss this with that person or the committee. If the company is too huge, it needs to be discussed with them, and they will tell you what exactly they want from their side, and then you need to create a marketing plan aligning with those things. So first of all, product, what exactly product and services are they selling, and like what you want to, like what you need to exactly market. Now it might be a case where a company has a huge portfolio of products, but some of the products are probably dead or they are not really working well, and product owners generally tend to ignore those products. So you don't want to waste your efforts towards those products, and that's the reason it must be included in a marketing plan. Then pricing is most important. It is something that of course customers pay you, but how it should be, like whether you want to be a luxury brand or you want to be on the cost cutting brand. So how do you want to portray yourself, that is also a marketing strategy, so you need to include that as well. Then place, where exactly you want your product to sell, like do you want to sell it online, offline, and if offline then which countries, if online then which marketplaces. All those things will be covered in place section. And finally promotion, like how do you want to promote that, like exactly how do you want to communicate with your customers about your product. So what will be your branding style, how do you want to how do you want to make your customers perceive your brand. This is all a part of promotion. So these are the 4 P's that I just explained in short, but this is much detailed, this is covered in a much detailed manner in a marketing plan. Then as I mentioned that this is a pestle formula of marketing, and these factors affect your business. And since like not too many points are mentioned very in a detailed manner over here, I will quickly tell you which points are present in the pestle analysis. And every business should do this periodically, because it is good for the business to analyze how the business is going to work. And since marketing is very much aligned with the business, with the business objectives, that's the reason marketing team also needs to work on it. So first of all, political stance. Political factors affect a lot of businesses. For example, a crypto company might not be thriving very greatly in India, because government is not very supportive towards crypto companies, and that's the reason you need to know the political stability of a company. And other things are also involved, like if a government is really stable. For example, in Pakistan or Sri Lanka, their governments are not really stable, so that is also a part of your analysis that should be taken into consideration. Then foreign trade policy, the taxes over there. For example, Tesla is not coming to India because the taxes are high according to them, so that's the reason they are not coming to India. Then labor law trade, how is it that like labor laws are good or not? Then trade restrictions, how are foreign companies treated in a specific region or country? All those things are taken into consideration, and that's how you need to include them into the marketing plan. Then economic growth, how exactly the people are economically surviving over there. So are the people too poor or too rich, or how are the interest rates for the loans, for debt? Everything is included in that as well, because when a company goes into some another country, they are bound to take loans from those regions only. They can't go to their parent company, and that's the reason it is important to understand the economic stance of that region as well. Then social stance. So how is the population over there? What is the age of those people? How is the behavior? What is the demographic? Then what is the gender gap? And how uh, literate are those people? So all those things will come into the social factors, and that really affects a lot into any for any business. So it is important to analyze that as well. So if a particular country is really poor and illiterate, it won't make much sense for a SaaS business to enter that region. And similarly, if a company is into medicines or something like that, so if they are into the mission of serving as many people as possible, so it won't make sense for them to enter countries. They will prefer entering African countries probably, or some poorer countries, and that's where it is important to understand the social factors as well. Then how are the technological, T stands for technical things. So how is the R&D over there? How is the automation? Then technological awareness, everything is mentioned over there as well. So if a country is not very much technologically sound, or they are not really getting the basic technological ecosystem in their country, it won't make sense for a technological company to enter into that region for obvious reasons. And that's where your T analysis also takes place. Then how is the environment of that region? So how is the weather, how is the climate over there? Now a few semiconductor industries, they generally work in they require a very specific environment over there. For you won't find semiconductor industries everywhere. It will always be present in Bangalore, or very specific areas are there. For example, Taiwan, China. It's not that semiconductor industries can't grow in US, Russia, or anything like that, but it is due to environmental factors. The companies are not entering those countries even if everything is right over there. So environmental things also need to be taken into consideration. And finally, laws. How strong are the laws of a particular place is, so that needs to be considered as well. So how are the foreign policies, how are the business policies, then consumer protection laws, then copyright and patent laws. All those things are coming into the L part, that is law analysis, and that's the reason you need to have a pestle analysis in your marketing plan. So coming to the deck once again. Now the market research. Now it is important to communicate with your target customer. What exactly are their opinions? What exactly do they want from your product? What exactly are their pain points? All those things have to be mentioned in your marketing plan, so that you can communicate that to your developers or maybe product owner, and that's how they will take actions on the products. So it is important to understand your market rather than just working on a product and then launching it directly. This generally comes when you are launching a new product. So it is important to do the market research first and then start working on the product. And this will involve the feedback from customers, then surveys are there, and that's the reason all like you always find that some companies always conducting some surveys. Google Rewards is one of the companies who is into surveys. So why they are paying you? Because those surveys are really important for market research, and that's how the companies pay Google to do that surveys from their behalf. And as you can see that either the in-house team can do those surveys, or they can just outsource that to some another third party company. Then the target market, now this comes after market research. So what exactly is your target group? Are you targeting a specific age? Are you targeting a specific gender? If you are a makeup brand, you won't be targeting male, right? You won't be targeting females. Similarly for Gillette, it's a razor brand. You won't be targeting that to females, but instead you will be targeting to male. And Hamleys is a company that is targeting the small children, so that's their target market. So every company has a specific target market, and they always target those customers only. So it's always good to know your target market before launching a product towards everyone. And it is always said that when you are marketing to everyone, you are technically marketing to no one. So it's always good to define your target market over there. And then comes the positioning. How do you want to position your brand? So for example, Apple always positions itself as a luxury brand. It will never launch cheaper products or products of inferior quality. They will always launch a top notch product with the highest price possible, and that's where their positioning comes. Same with Louis Vuitton or any luxury brand. They are all luxury brands, and they have positioned themselves in in the target market, and they have successfully done that very well. And same for Xiaomi. Like, there are some companies that are always into cost leadership. They are always trying to keep their prices as low as possible, as affordable as possible, so that anyone with low budget can just afford their products. One of the brands is Xiaomi, like that. And that's the reason it is important that you need to position your brand in a very particular way. Then budget, this is the most important part of any marketing plan, because without knowing a marketing budget, how will you even make plans? So always discuss this with your product owner or business owner, what exactly their marketing budget is. And budget will always involve everything, including your advertisement cost, including your team members salaries. Then if you are using SaaS products for your marketing, then bills of them, everything will be included in the budget. So it is important to know the budget before even creating a marketing plan. So always make sure to discuss that. Once you get a lump sum amount in your budget, then you can distribute everything in your deck, so that everyone is in the same page. Then other features that a marketing plan should have is, first of all, competitive analysis. Who are your competitors? Not only your direct competitors, but also indirect ones. For example, if you are owning a automobile company, let's say Honda, so it is not necessary that only Maruti or Tata are your direct competitor. It's not, they are not the only competitors that you have. You also have competitors like Ola, Uber, who are indirectly competing your business, because if someone is not buying a car, they will eventually shift to such cabs. Many people like me specifically tend to avoid buying any vehicle, because we always know that there is a cab available whenever we require. So why to buy a vehicle? So these brands are also your indirect competitors. So always know who are your direct competitors and who are your indirect competitors. Then metrics. What exactly are the metrics that you want to calculate your marketing efforts? Your ROI should be always clear with the metrics. So do you want to calculate the eyeballs that you are getting, or do you want to calculate the sales, or do you want to calculate the number of users that are coming on your business? So everything, like not only paid customers but also free customers are also the part of the metrics that you should be having in the marketing plan. So always set up the right metrics with the right targets, so that you will be able to communicate that with the product owner as well as your sales team. Then comes the marketing strategy. The marketing strategy is exactly how you are going to achieve all those metrics. So are you going to do online marketing or offline marketing? Then if you are doing online marketing, then what exactly things are you going to use? Is it SEO? Is it email marketing, social media marketing, paid ads, whatever you are planning to use? Like all those things will be under your online marketing. And for offline marketing, you will be using a completely different strategy. That can be whether your sales people will be going into the market and convincing people to buy your product, or it will be something like having a distributor network, or it will be through a referral network. It can be anything. So all the strategies need to be clear, so that you can always plan out the resources that you will require in advance. Then what are the exact benefits of a marketing plan, a good marketing plan? So probably you might be seeing, like at least when I was a junior, I always felt that why you need to plan so many things, just execute that. Why waste so much time? Whatever you will do will eventually result in something. But there are several benefits of a well planned marketing plan, and this is very true for the larger organization. It is important for larger organizations to have a good marketing plan, because they will require several things, a team for that. Then they will require tools of those scale, and these can't be done on time. It is always important for larger companies to have a good marketing plan. And what are the benefits out of it? So first of all, coordination with your product owner, with your team members, with the what vendors you will have. So everything will be coordinated between the teams, and it is important to achieve your objectives, and that's the reason you should have a marketing plan. Then it is always a systematic way of planning things with the product owner, because most of the time product owners are not very aware of all these things. As I mentioned, that when you are doing market research, you will understand many things that probably even your product owners will not know, and that's the reason you should have a systematic plan to tell what exactly the market research is involving. Then third point is about resources. Of course, how big your team should be, how much they should be paid, how much money you will require. All these resources will be required with time, and you should be knowing how much capacity you have to scale, because there is no limit in marketing. I can just bombard the marketing channels with money or something like that, and eventually just spend all the budget within 2 weeks. But that doesn't make sense, right? We need to have a proper planning for that, and that's the reason you need to have a marketing plan that will be achieving your objectives in the specific time frame. Then fourth point is about like it helps you to grow in other markets. And when just understand this thing, when you don't have a marketing plan, you will keep on doing same thing again and again, and you won't even realize that. It will be very flat. You won't be having proper strategies. You will just do whatever you feel like and end up going at home after your office. So eventually that is not growth. Growth is something that you plan things out in advance, getting some insights, and then taking initiatives to achieve those goals. And that's the reason you should have a marketing plan. And finally, like not finally but last, second point is about increasing the performance. Like you want, as I mentioned, that when you are expanding, your performance needs to be calculate it. So what exactly you are going to calculate, what metrics you are going to set. So it is important to have everything on paper, so everyone is aligned with the team, everyone knows what exactly is important, whether it is conversions or eyeballs or anything, it is important. And finally, risk of failure. Many businesses fail because they are completely unaware what exactly they want from the business. So risk, that is the biggest risk. When you know crystal clear how exactly you are going to behave in the whole quarter or half or even for the whole year, you are very crystal clear about the steps that you need to take with time. And that's the reason it is important to have a good marketing plan. And finally, we are done. I hope that it is helpful. You now know why you need a strong marketing plan and what are the factors that should be mentioned in a marketing plan. Hope that was helpful. See you in the next video. I will end the stream, sorry.